Hey, welcome back to Pastor TK Cards. This is Pastor TK, Tommy. I wanted to give you an update on some of my card collecting over the last couple months. I shared in my last video that my family and I had traveled for most of the month of June and July. Obviously didn't advertise that too much, but we're getting back into the groove of things here at home. And I mean, I've got so much stuff. I certainly didn't quit collecting. My church where I pastored giving me a sabbatical. It was really an extended vacation. And man, I spent a lot of time with the Lord and with my family, but also had a lot more margin for the hobby. And I visited probably about a dozen card shops, went to 6 or 7 shows, a couple really nice ones. And man, and then I still was picking up some stuff on eBay, and my family opened up some product, and I showed you some of the cards that we pulled from that in my last video. Check that out, because I really need to sell some stuff on eBay, which I've sold about $1,000 worth of stuff this week, so that's nice. That's helping to refund the hobby, because I spent most of the funds I had when I left on sabbatical. I was thinking about how I would show you what I had picked up, and I think I'm going to break it down into different sections. Primarily the 2 main sets that I'm working on right now. When I left, I needed somewhere between 150 and 200 for my 1965 top set. I thought I had gotten it down to 2 cards, but when I got back and putting everything into the album and checking everything that I'd gotten, there was some that needed upgraded, and some my record keeping just wasn't right. Some I'd bought 2 or 3 of actually, but nothing major, no major mistakes, still good cards. But I needed 14 cards when I got back last week. Had a few come in today. I'm going to show you those on my 1965 top set. And then I was out of town the last few days in some meetings down in the Atlanta area. And on my way to the airport, I stopped by CardsHQ and checked out that card shop. And that was fun. I'm glad I went. That was my second time going. I don't know that I'll ever go back. It was fun looking at the cards. It's a neat place, but their vintage is pathetic. They don't have hardly anything. Probably less than 20 cards that are older than I am in the shop. Their wax prices are decent, but I'm not opening anything unless I buy it retail or buy it on Topps website. Just I'm not paying the over prices. They had the hobby box and the jumbo box for Series 2 at really good prices, kind of pre-buy prices, but that's what they're going for now. But I've already built that set, and I'm kind of done opening that. Try to cut things off once I finish the set and not open too much of a product, and just really use that money to buy cards that I really like instead of ripping as much as I have in the past. So it's a little bit of a shift. But I want to show you the 65 Topps cards that I got in the mail while I was out of town. Show you 2 cards I did buy at CardsHQ. A couple cards that I really liked that they had in the display case. More modern stuff. Well, absolute modern stuff. Less than a year old. Both of the cards are. But 2 great players. A rookie, a minor league player, and a Hall of Fame player that I picked up 2 cards. Not vintage, but modern, but cool cards. And on the 65s, like I said, I went from between 150 to 200 on that set down to 14 before the day. And I think after the day, I think I'm in single digits again finally. And I'm going to finish that set up. I've got several more on the way, but I don't count until I have them in hand on my list. And I will show you a short clip of the stack of 65s that I picked up. I got these at shows at some card shops. Bought a decent sized lot, 30 or 40 that I got through Greg Moore's cards, just commons that I would pick off at 79 to $1 a piece. And then probably about 75 to 100 of them I got at this incredible card shop in Matthews, North Carolina. It's called AAA Collectibles. Great guys, fun to talk with, but a set collector's paradise. They had a wall across one wall of the shop and around the other corner of the shop from 1952 to modern day. If you are a set builder, Topps flagship product, and even some other products, newer products like Chrome and Finest and Bowman. If you want to complete sets, they have just a wall of every year, every primary set since 1952. And on my 65s, they were incredibly reasonable. I've got some no superstars, no big, like Mantle or Rose or Carlton or anything like that, but just good cards. I got the Drysdale. I got the Drysdale Koufax League Leaders card. I got team cards, the checklist cards, and they were incredibly reasonably priced. And so if you're in North Carolina in the Matthews area, check out AAA Collectibles. Great folks. And I'm gonna turn the camera around and just show you where I am on the 65 set, and I'm gonna show you the cards I got today, and I'm gonna show you the graded cards that came in or that I bought while I was traveling. And like I said, I'm gonna be 9 cards short of the set. The Mano and the Rose and the Oliva are the 3 big ones that I still need to get. So the Mano and the Rose are gonna be a big part of it. The others are $2, $3 cards I can pick up on eBay. It's just commons that I missed that I needed. So we'll knock those out pretty quick. But the Oliva, the Mano, and the Rose are where we're going to be. So I'm going to turn this around, show you my 65s that I picked up, and then show you the 2 cards I picked up from CardsHQ. If you're in the Atlanta area, it's worth the trip. It's a great shop. It's just not for us guys that are vintage guys and set builders. But man, it's a cool place to see. So you ought to at least stop by and check it out. All right, going to turn around and show you some cards. So these are my ungraded 1965 Topps pickups over the last couple months. I'll show you some of the better ones. But yeah, I'd say between the card shows and the card shops and eBay, made a lot of progress. All right, going to start with the cards that came in today when I got back into town. Gene Stevens, that was just one of the commons that I had just missed that I needed, and picked these up from the batter's box. Just good, clean copies of these cards that'll look good in the binders. But Gaylord Perry, nice card there. Picked that one up. And then Manny Mota. And then had two graded cards that I was waiting on to come in. And they came in today. The Willie Mays from the 65 set. Just a cool card. Got that in a PSA 4. But that's a good looking copy of the Mays. And then also got in my favorite rookie card in the 65 set, the Steve Carlton, Fritz Ackley rookie card. Again, got that in a 4, but just a nice copy in a 4, not as expensive as it would be in a 6, 7, 8, and a 5. And so glad to have those 2. And then the only graded card I had in the 65 set before I left for vacation was the Morgan. I picked this up early on, about a year ago. Probably one of the very first graded cards I picked up, because I'd owned this card in a decent copy back in the 90s. Well, I got it in 1981, obviously, and then sold it in the mid-90s when I went off to seminary. But picked up a copy of this a while back. But just a cool rookie Joe Morgan. I'm going to do the Phillies Hall of Fame run, so I picked up the Robin Roberts card in a 7 in the Orioles uniform, but Phillies Hall of Famer. Got that one. I was going. Another one that came in was the Frank Robinson in a 5. Nice copy, a little off center, but just a really good looking copy of the Frank Robinson. Picked up a Clemente for the 65 set, so that was fun. And just, man, Clemente's cards are not as expensive as I think they're going to be. I think he's undervalued right now. I've picked up a couple Clementes recently. I've got a couple more that I'll show you from other pickups that I had. But these are the 65s I'm showing you now. Got a nice copy of the Hank Aaron. Really like that one. This is a 2, but man, it's just a really nice looking 2. It looked like it was sharp. It's off center, but the corners are in good shape. There's no major issues on front or back, and I thought that was just a solid copy. Saved me some money on the Koufax, so I'm happy with the Koufax. This was in a dollar bin at one of the card shops I went to. I think I paid $3 for this graded card. It was a 65 and I needed it, so I just went ahead and picked it up in the graded. Phil Niekro Rookie Stars, not his rookie card because his rookie's in 64, but nice copy of the Phil Niekro Rookie Stars, like that one. Here's another guy I think is undervalued. I'm going to start working on his run a little quicker than some others. Is Ernie Banks. Just a nice 5.5 on the Ernie Banks. Glad to have that card. And then the other premier rookie in the set is Tony Perez. Picked up a nice copy. Just a PSA 4, but just a good looking copy of the Perez Rookie Stars. card. And here's the 2 cards that I picked up at CardsHQ. A lot of you might not know this young man, but Ethan Fry is a local guy. He went to high school just south of us, about 3 miles south of us. My son actually played a couple games against him. Got to watch a couple of his home runs go over the fence when he played against us. Went to Rose Pine High School. Played really well for LSU, a superstar at LSU, and helped them win a national title. Got drafted in the early 3rd round, I think it was, by the Astros. Up and coming prospect. I really think he's going to make the show. He's projected by Baseball America to be the starting first baseman in 2028 for the Astros. And I had this card in the base. This is from 2025 Bowman Draft, his primary autograph card. But saw this one at CardsHQ in the refractor and decided to pick up the refractor copy. They had a good price. Both of these cards were right at comps. Some sales below, some sales above what they had on price for. So I thought they were fair. So I picked up that one. And then my favorite player, my favorite team, Mike Schmidt. Just picked up this Mike Schmidt on card, the 75th anniversary All-Star throwback autograph card. Just I've picked up a few Mike Schmidt autographs over the last couple months. I'll show you the other ones. I'll throw this one in that video too when I show some of my pickups from other places. But I wanted to show you my 65s and 2 cards I picked up from CardsHQ. Man, I've had a lot of fun in the hobby, traveling, going to shows, stopping by card shops, and just really picked up a lot of cool cards. Getting really close on the 65 set. That's a fun set. I didn't used to like the 65 set, but it's really growing on me. My next video will probably show you, I've got to sort through some 62 tops. I got a few hundred of them and figure out where I am on that set and show you some of the cards I picked up there too. I love that 62 set, that wood border. I don't know what it is. I love the 87 top set. I think it's an underrated set. It's one of my favorite sets from my childhood. And then the 62's one of my favorite vintage sets. And so I'll show you some of those in the next video. But I'd love to hear what you think about the 65s. I'd love to hear what you think about my 2 pickups from CardsHQ. And what have you been doing in the hobby lately? I'd love to hear from you. And if you have a nice 65 rose or mantle that you're trying to move, reach out to me. I'd love to make out a deal. I'd like to finish that set before the end of the year. Going to the Dallas Card Show in September, so if I don't have them by then, I'll take enough cash to get them there. But just really looking forward to finishing out that set. Hope you're having a great time enjoying the hobby. Until next time.